Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2 and I'm back again with another movie review. My dad and I just came home from Kung Fu Panda 2, the Kaboom of Doom, and I personally think that it was far superior to the first film, and it gives a very intricate backstory to Poe's past, which we really don't know anything about in the first film. And we are also introduced to Lord Shen, who is played maliciously so by Gary Oldman. Just absolutely fantastic job on the voice, and all of our original cast members are back. Hooray! And Poe has matured quite a bit in this particular installation, and I like his growth and the fact that he's learning so much more about himself and becoming who he is meant to be. And I also like the fact that Master Ox is played by Jean-Claude Van Damme, which I just thought was awesome, as I love Jean-Claude Van Damme. And he was a cameo, but he was just really incredible as just a cameo character. And I love all the original characters and the storyline in and of itself. I'm not going to say what it is, because if I do, that'll ruin everything. And even Lord Shen's checkered past, and how insidious he is, how cruel, how twisted and despicable he is revealed. And you tend to feel a slight pang of sorrow for him, but it dissipates very quickly once you figure out what his main modus operandi is. And of course, as the soothsayer says, the cup from which you drink will never be filled, and this is true. You learn that much later on in the film. And as far as movies are concerned, I personally think that this is one of the best movies I've seen since Pirates 4, and I absolutely love it. It's just incredible. It's lushly developed. The rendering of the characters' design, the fur on Tigress's body and her sheen looks absolutely incredible. Same thing with Poe and Viper. Her scales have luster to them, and of course Lord Shen looks just absolutely gorgeous, even though he's very evil. He's just such an awesome character. He's so cool in the way that he moves and his fluidity, and everything in this movie is just glorious. And the humor is there, and there is actually more heart to this particular film than in the first. And I actually cried a couple of times, which I wasn't expecting. And yeah, I know, crying at an animated film, you're a wimp, but you haven't seen it, so shush. It's very touching, and I'm not gonna say why. You can't get it out of me any way you try. But if you've seen the first one, then by all means see the second. If you're a fan of Jack Black, or Angelina Jolie, Lucy Liu, Jackie Chan, Seth Rogen, all those people, just, they exceed themselves in this particular installment, and I just adored it. I wanted to give an update to my fans who have been keeping up with me since I first started doing my reviews and parodies and etc, etc, etc. I recently finished a script, Sun, Santa, Surf, and of course these are my two main characters, Roy and Maddie. Of course, that's her name is been shortened quite a bit. Her full name is Matilda, but it's a romantic comedy, and it's on fanfiction.com under my screen name TigerLily98. And I think it's one of my better romantic comedies. It's Ray Raymond. I meant to say it looked like Roy on the paper, but it's actually Ray. Ray is he's a trainer, and he teaches people how to surf, wakeboard, boogie board, swim, and basically avoid the undertow. And he meets Matilda, and of course Matilda speaks no English. She's Hispanic, and she has an interpreter with her named Lucinda, or Lucy, and Lucy helps her take a grasp of the English language itself, and she learns English later on. He learns how to speak Spanish better than he could before. He couldn't really speak Spanish at all in the beginning, but it turns out to be a match made in heaven. And even Raymond's friend Keanu, he falls for Lucinda, and Lucinda's just completely exasperated by the fact that this buff friend, this beefcake of a man, has a fancy for her. But later on, their romance becomes clear, and Keanu's actually, he's a really soft, malleable person, and very genteel, even though he might look like a complete dolt. I have started working on another romantic comedy recently. It's called Love in the Sea, and my main character's name is Caspian, or Ian for short, and he's a fisherman, and he has a crew who fish with him. That's how they make their living. And he hears the voice of this actual absolutely beatific voice from the port, and of course at first everybody believes it's some sort of mermaid or siren, and they warn him about what happened to those who are lured by the sirens in Greek mythology. They came to a deliberate, very craggy, horrible end. And he says, leave it be. Fish can wait. So he finds that it's a woman, and she's a troubadour, and she's a gypsy soul, and she never stays in one place for too terribly long. And he falls for her, and he tries to woo her and help her make a living, as it were, because she really doesn't have a place to stay. Just wherever she goes, that's her home. And I'm working on a sci-fi story. It's a comedy. It's called Wormhole. But I have a whole bunch of stories that I have in progress. I haven't even started yet. I have had a lot of really exquisite dreams, and I just wanted to keep you up to date with that. And I'm going to be working on a parody pretty soon, a parody of Judas, Lady Gaga's Judas. I just have to look up the lyrics to that and do it. So stay tuned for that.